We spoke a lot about introducing the time, place, and manner policy to our students. And so that policy is supposed to be protecting free speech on campus while also making sure that university operations and the university in general is safe to be on and that nothing is disrupted. We do know that a lot of students may have concerns or questions or may feel a certain way about the policy. So we want to ensure that every student's voice here is heard. So I had the committee fill out a survey to see how they felt about the policy. We hope to have the entire student body also fill it out soon and relay those concerns back to our university administration, but also to our CSSA executives. Another main thing is that we went over legislative proposals. Basically, they just entail what we can change in terms of like a legal sort of area, but just at the state level. So not something we can do administratively or something that we can only do on campus. So I had drafted proposals that had some really good ideas that we hope to implement. One specific idea that we had hoped to implement was to create this system for freshmen specifically, kind of like an early alert system where our advisors would detect students that maybe have a low GPA starting out or didn't attend classes or didn't register for the right classes, just to make sure that no students left behind and that everybody feels supported, especially since our committee has heard a lot of concerns regarding advisors all across specific departments and colleges. So we hope that with that sort of newfound administrative system, students can feel supported. The last thing we did was work on our advocacy agenda, and in that agenda is basically like this document that says what we're going to do for students, how we're going to do it, and it kind of details like just this timeline of our plans, how we're going to do X and Y, when we hope to get it by, just so like not only we have an idea of what we're going to do, but so students can know. So one specific thing that we're working on for students that we're going to detail in that agenda is working on a scholarship repository. We heard a lot from students on financial aid, and more specifically, a lot of students mentioned that they wanted to see scholarships, or they wanted to have this reoccurring like updates on scholarships that they can apply to. So we took that, we heard it back, and we're making sure that we work on that to provide for students. So we're emailing departments all across campus to gain scholarships from them. We're searching up external scholarships that we can get like on Google and stuff like that. And we're also working with our financial aid and scholarships office to get the scholarships they have and also relate to students to hopefully create this sort of big document that everybody can access, everybody can look into, and also hope to add like in feedback form that students can add scholarships to as well. But yeah, it was really fun, really exciting to work on all that. This meeting today, at least, was specifically on information. So we didn't do any action items per se, so we didn't declare something really. But we believe that with all of what we spoke about, all of what we're planning, we do hope and we do anticipate that there will be a big impact for students. Like for example, once we finally get all the scholarships underway and we send it out to students, we anticipate that there will be a lot of students that are like happy for that resource and will use it, and that's what we are really trying to do, just to make sure that students benefit from what we do. With the time, place, and manner policy, we hope that students become more aware, become more informed of what happens, not just at Cal CLA, but also from the other CSUs and really the CSU system in general, like what's going on, how it could affect them. So we hope to make sure that students are kind of aware of what's going on, and that's what we kind of brainstormed in this meeting. With our advocacy agenda, our main thing is to be for the students, by the students, so we try and be as transparent with students as we can be and listen when they tell us something. So we definitely think that with the conversations that we had in this meeting, it'll impact students for long ways to come. That's about my legislative proposals idea. That had a lot of ideas that I had wanted to implement, but I'm not too sure will go through. So if I look right here, actually, for example, one idea that I had was to create this program called the CSU Degree Plus One. And basically my idea for that was if a student had shown academic merit or had shown some sort of prowess between one specific field, they could get some sort of additional certification in any high demand fields, whether it be something in data science, cybersecurity, alongside their own degree at like no cost. So it'd be kind of like an extra academic benefit. But I do know that I want our Cal CLA students, more specifically I guess CSU students in general, to be as competitive as they can be, especially in the workforce. So that was one idea I had. It was more so system-wide. But I hope to meet with our university administration to discuss some of the ideas that I had on my proposals document and in my administrative document, specifically to sort of see if it's possible to implement. And I anticipate that in our advocacy agenda, I'll also add the ideas that I had here and just relay it back to the students, because even if we don't implement something like that, our next successors can come and hopefully continue the work that we've been doing and maybe make it better, maybe change something that we couldn't see. We love feedback, so if any students have any questions for us, they can always come to our meetings. Every sort of other Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. I also have office hours every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:15 to 12:15. I'm at the ASI office, ready for anybody to come ask me questions. But if anybody wants to email me too, I respond pretty quickly. And I also love to meet with students. I'm pretty flexible on Zoom or in person. If anybody has any concerns or questions. But yeah, I'm excited to meet with any students that want to meet, for sure.